Okay guys, so we have another fellow Irishman, Josh. He's moving over from Ireland as well to Dubai, and he's going to take us through his version of a push day. So me and Josh know each other from the past. We've competed against each other, which was good. And so it's good catching up with him again. And yeah, so I'll jump it on to him. He's going to tell us exactly what we're going to do today.
So we're actually going to do more of a chest dominant day today. An area that I'm trying to bring up myself. So start with chest and we'll tag delts on at the end. A bit more higher volume today. I know Sean's a bit more of a fan of the higher volume stuff.
Yeah.
A bit of priming work too. Sean has an old injury. We want to make sure he's looked after and comes into the workout. We actually give a full whack, preventing injuries too.
So with my injury, I had a straight pec tear. So I was just speaking with Josh before this. He's going to tweak some of his workouts because you'd lift a good bit heavier than me just because you're able to push that a little bit harder. So unfortunately he has to lower his weight and just do a little bit more volume, but it's still his style and we're not going to change it up too much.
No, I won't be lowering any weights. No, we're just kind of being a bit more careful with the exercise selection, making sure that we're actually looking after the injury so we can still potentially progressively overload over time whilst looking after the injury.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed the workout. We're going to start off with what exercise?
We start with pec fly movement.
Okay, perfect. What's your preferred rep range when it comes to just like your own daily training?
So it really depends on the exercise. I change it from exercises and it depends on trying to get stronger in certain movements too. So I do like a top set, back off set method, and then I'll tailor volume based off whatever phase I'm in, whether it's dieting or growing, and then my recovery capability. Okay. So I might start off at a top set, back off set method, which could be like 5 to 8 top set, 10 to 12 back off set. Then it could go even higher than that, depending on the exercise. Like for fly movements, I might go a little bit higher than that, but more compound movements, I might stay a little bit lower. Yeah. And then I'll just change volume based off the goal. So if I'm growing, my recovery tends to get better the more food I push in, and I can perform better with, I can perform more volume and get more results out of it. So I might do top set and then 2 back off sets. Okay. But again, it's something I just monitor consistently. I don't feel like just throwing more volume in on top of something is nearly pointless sometimes. It just accumulates too much fatigue and actually can be counterproductive towards actually growing in the end.
Would you do like a bodybuilding split, like a basic bro split, or are you 2 days on, 1 day off? What do you do?
So at the moment I'm prepping, well hopefully prepping for men's physique.
Yeah.
So my split is tailored towards that areas that I need to bring up, like weaker areas that I need to bring up to fit that physique, that kind of category to say. So leg training is only once per week, and then the rest of my split is designed off that upper shelf. So chest, delts, more back as well. So anything that's going to fit that category a little bit more. Yeah. So essentially it's 4 upper body days, 1 lower. But in those upper body days, it's divided amongst like push, pull, and then some delts and stuff like that as well.
Oh, good.
What's yours at the moment?
Basically the same, really. I only ever do legs once a week. I do try hit chest twice a week, but only because of like the second chest workout would be more kind of like mobility stuff. My injury would never go too heavy on chest as it is, and I do, which is a bad habit, I do double up on shoulders sometimes, which again kind of is counterproductive to my chest, the look, because my shoulders are a little bit out of balance. Yeah. But I have a specific look I do like, but it might go against me on stage. So what do you do? You know?
I suppose, it's whatever the goal is at the end of the day. I'm similar to that. Like my chest, although it's not bad, it's just weaker compared to my delts. I've got very big delts, so they overpower it. So my delt volume is actually less than my chest volume because I'm trying to bring that up a little bit more.
It's hard because like I do feel some people on stage, they jump out more because they do have a wow factor. And having a wow factor, something has to be a little bit out of balance.
A bit freaky, like.
Yeah, a bit freaky.
Yeah. It catches the judge's eyes.
Yeah, true.
But everybody's freaks these days. There's fucking freaks everywhere.
Let's go. 1. Bang it out. 2. 3. Push it out. Let's go for 4. Push. Come on. For 1. Yeah. I won't touch unless you say it. Push. Come on. Easy. Go.
Keep it smooth. Nice. One. Which now? Smooth. Nice. That's the thing how with the injury as well. You probably don't train to mechanical failure on chest really anymore, do you?
No.
Probably reps in reserve a bit.
It's not until you're behind me and you're telling me to keep going. And sometimes I'll even watch videos back myself of a lift, and it feels so much slower in my head and when I'm doing it. Then when I watch it back, it's like, shit, I could have got one more. But it's an injury thing, I'm just afraid.
No, but with injury, especially like a tear like that, mechanical failure nearly becomes a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Because that's those percentages that can be detrimental, especially if the tendon's weak already. Mechanical failure is not really good. You don't want to play around with that. It's grand when you've got fully healthy tissue, joints, the whole lot. But like 1 to 2 reps reserved for you, I'd say, be as far as I push it on these type of movements.
Yeah.
You can still progressive overload in terms of training volume and tempo.
Sometimes I'm thinking, I'm like, should I be doing more? Should I push more? But
I think what we just did there will probably be as much as what you need to. It's one of the things with injuries like that, it's just making sure there's as much blood in that tissue before we get to work. Like, that's one of the purpose of doing like a pec fly before you go into a movement like this, like that, converging, shortening the pec, getting as much blood flow in before we jump onto a heavier loaded movement like this. Just make sure that everything is in a good position before we're pushing load. So remember we were saying about rep ranges, depends rep range. So we did what, 5 to 8 rep range for the first one. That's going to help with like building strength a little bit more than this type of set, because you're not going to get as much effective reps for like hypertrophy. You're seeing, you probably felt that set a lot more, you know, at 12, 13 reps. Better opportunity to get more effective reps. So essentially, this would be better for stimulation for actually tissue growth than that first top set. But we do need that combination of like, what's the purpose? The goal is probably to get stronger over time. So we do need that kind of mix of different rep ranges and trying to get stronger in both rep ranges.
Yeah, because I find sometimes when I stick, which is a bad habit of mine, I stick to just too much high reps.
Yeah.
My strength falls asunder.
Yeah.
There's no strength.
You're still going to get stronger, but there's purpose of getting stronger in, like, not super low. Like, there's no point in going below 5 reps for what our goals are.
6 or 8.
Like 6 to 8, there's still purpose of those sets. You know, it's not great for effective reps, but it does have a purpose towards the higher rep ranges of getting stronger and using more load over time.
Yeah.
I'll do the 50s today, like, but I probably could do 60s, like, if they were there.
Yeah.
It's just stability factor and how much fatigue comes with that. That's why I don't really progress dumbbells as much.
Yeah.
I think you always get to a point with dumbbells where it's like, you know, diminishing returns, like going too heavy, there's that risk of injury because of that stability factor. Whereas a machine, you can just progress a little bit more linear because of how stable it is.
That's safer, yeah.
It's way safer.
Yeah.
For what you're trying to do here anyway, like.
I think some people get so like dead set on dumbbell work that it always leads to just like some sort of injury. Yeah. Especially shoulders with men, bodybuilding. It's always good to lean away, do some machine work. It took me getting injured to actually do loads of machines, to be honest. Yeah. Just veer off and start using other shit.
Like,
and it worked.
People will get away with doing dumbbells for their whole life, you know. It's like, if there's a better method, why not try it? You know, and just try everything if you find that approach that's going to suit you. And what if you enjoy as well? You know, if you enjoy using dumbbells, fucking use dumbbells. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But with that kind of being tactical with where we're placing things, I enjoy machines, so I'm going to use machines. I get a better contraction. I know it's benefiting me a little bit more than what I could do with dumbbells.
Yeah, 100%.
But let's fucking do the dumbbells today, yeah?
Let's get away from these dumbbells.
Just for your warm-ups, treat your warm-ups like your working sets. So nothing changes. The speed of the reps stays the same. I always see people just banging out their warm sets very, very quick. We want to control the way, we want to get used to the movement pattern and how we're going to replicate it coming into our working sets.
Sometimes I'm actually guilty. I'll check a video back and it's like, shit, do I always go that quick?
Yeah.
But that's why I think it's so important. I've said it in previous videos. Having training partners, somebody keep an eye on you. Oftentimes you'll see me training, even on video, and I'll ask somebody if that looks okay. Never just think that your form is so perfect that you don't need a second opinion. Even with Josh, I never did those cables with the attachments, and it felt amazing. So never think you know too much. Somebody can always teach you something new.
But it's even conversations, just having those conversations. I think that's right about checking yourself and your experience level. No matter how experienced you are, you should always be checking yourself, because we can get into our own heads, males in particular, with egos. Having someone looking over your training footage or having a training partner just to pull you back in check, making sure that there's a less risk of injury and you're still remaining true to the purpose. Setup for this machine is actually quite similar to a dumbbell lateral raise standing. Even the drop off like this gets heavier as we move our hands away from the body. The benefits of this is the stability. We're locked in here. We're less likely to rock back and forward, so there's going to be a better mind-muscle connection. And we're not going to use loads that we shouldn't be touching either.
See, on the last few reps, I'll have a tendency just to kind of do like a half rep, but that's just to deplete the muscle, get everything out of it. I would usually leave that until the last set of that exercise, but in terms of shoulder exercises, my absolute favorite is any version of a lateral raise, be it cable, dumbbell, or machine. I feel it's a really good finisher. It gets every last bit of energy out of your muscle. Push. You can get a solid 2 or 3.
No.
Too much?
Just felt not nice.
Pecky?
Just be safe, you know.
Be safe. If this lad's not doing it, I'm not doing it.
Paranoid. Just be safe. I probably could have banged out 4 or 5, but it's not worth it.
Drop it back down 95, I think. Yeah. Do 4 or 5.
Although you feel like it, it's like knowing when's enough. You can easily let that ego get ahead of you. All it takes is that, an injury to occur, and then you're out for months. Just being smart.
And at the end of the day, it's like building muscle. It's not powerlifting. It's not 1 rep maxes. There's no point of injury.
It's not moving weight from A to B. It's how you move that weight that matters here.
Oh, that's...
fine.
Okay guys, we just wrapped up. We did chest, shoulders, triceps with Josh. This video is full of information, full of little setup tips, ways to get away from some heavy weights and then implement some like structure with cables, different sort of movements. Do you want to talk about it just to wrap it up?
Yeah, so just pec tear prevention.
Yeah, he's looking out for me today.
That's all.
But honestly, really good session. There's tips for everybody from beginner to advanced in this. We just showed you around Train Beach. Just look what we have to deal with in Dubai. This place is unbelievable. And Josh just moved here, so it's all ahead.
It's all ahead. It's all ahead.
But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy it. This will be on my Instagram and Josh's, and we're going to link up definitely in the future along with Conor Carlson. I have to get back in touch with him. And again to Mark, thanks so much for all the content. So guys, hope you enjoy it. Anything else you want to add?
No, pretty much wrapped up. He kind of just threw that at me there, bro.
Yeah. But no, appreciate it guys, and Josh, thanks for the vid, man.